America, the land of people who look rich but are financially drowning. Nice cars, nice clothes, fancy restaurants, and $46 in their bank account. We're not living in a wealth boom, we're living in a pretended boom. And the craziest part, you can get these illusion of wealth for a low monthly payment for a few $100s a month. Got some clips showing today about how Americans are faking it till they're making it, or till the credit card company says, you're done, we're going to cut you off, and then the house of cards starts to tumble. And so I've asked you guys quite some time ago, how do you feel about your personal finances? And 22% struggling to keep up, 21% said comfortable, 42% said doing okay, just being cautious, 15% said managing, but it is tight every month. And this is as honest as it gets. The foundation of the fake rich culture, everyone looks fine and everything is quietly drowning. People aren't coming out and saying, I can't live like this anymore, I got to change something. They're just trying to appear wealthy. The highlight reels on Instagram and everything else in between of saying, yeah, I'm doing okay. So let's dive into the looking rich, but actually being broke as ever. In America, wealth isn't about money anymore. It's about the optic. It's about how things appear on the surface. And if you're on Instagram, you're on other social media platforms, you see people taking trips, doing fancy designer stuff. It is all rented. We're creating a society where people don't buy success, they rent it. Where people don't build wealth, they pretend it. And guess what? Credit made it possible. Social media made it normal. And the cost of living is now making it unavoidable. People smile for photos, buy the outfit, lease the car, order the drink, take the trip, and then go home terrified about the bill. And this is how it's going. This country doesn't reward real wealth anymore. It rewards the illusion of it. The highlight reel on Instagram ruined it. And nowhere is it more obvious than Las Vegas and their cars that they're driving. And I went out yesterday with Brad. I had Brad come to town. That's Ali's dad. And people have been like, oh my gosh, Las Vegas is dying. And I got a picture here on the screen. And this was at 1 o'clock in the morning in a casino. And now you tell me if this is dying. And people have been like, oh, air traffic and tourism is down 8-9%. You read the articles, comes to find out that the casino's packed. So I walked across the floor of the casino and there's $100 blackjack hands. There's people gambling $100 per hand on blackjack, and there's people waiting in line to give him their money. And so I asked a guy that was working there, how are people affording this? They said, oh, you can get a line of credit at the casino. Do you want one? I said, nah, not really. And so you can actually, if you have some money or if you have some wealth, you can actually get a line of credit and then start gambling with debt. And I tried to find out how many people are actually playing with debt and actually are gambling with money that it's the casinos. Couldn't find those numbers, but this is what's going on in the US. People are living off of credit, living off of debt, and it is just absolutely crazy. And I'm in the parking lot here of a pretty nice shopping center, and the fastest way to look rich in America is simple: buy an expensive car. Then people are cheering you on. Oh, you got this nice car, congratulations. People are driving $80,000 vehicles with payments higher than their rent. They're using 72, 84 month, 96-month loans, 8 years, 9 years, 10 years coming, 15 years they're talking about. So all of a sudden, you stretch out the terms, you can make everything affordable. Insurance is skyrocketing, repos, repair costs are more than mortgage payments, and people who can't afford the groceries are driving $90,000 trucks. Just look around me. All these cars, these are Mach-E's, Mercedes, Rubicon Jeeps. There is not one car that is inexpensive here. These are all expensive cars. You see them, they're all brand new. This is not wealth. This is performance. And we're seeing the consequences. 1 in every 38 cars in America is already on the repo list. So you've seen it. You look around, your neighbor You look around your street, one of these cars is probably on the repo list. By the end of the year, it's 1 in 27s. American isn't driving cars, they're driving reliability. Your neighbor's Mercedes might be rented. And there's no greater signs of that when you're looking at Dollar Tree. Let's look at what kind of cars people go into Dollar Tree. So let's look at it. Here we go. Let's go look at it a little bit closer. So we're seeing kind of older BMW, Bronco, Buick, then a Toyota, then a Tesla, Cadillac, Mustang, Ford, Genesis. So you see, these are the cars that these people are driving and going into the dollar store trying to buy some stuff. And if you like content like this, please consider liking and subscribing. That would really help my channel out, and that's going to help you stay on top of financial trends. And if you want to participate in polls, make sure you put the bell notification on so you can vote and be part of my videos. And let's continue on with the video. Now, let's watch a clip of this woman saying how everybody can look rich for a few $100s a month.
I'm not naming no names, but I wish you guys knew how easy it is to fake being wealthy for the internet here in LA. A lot of those big money guys and your favorite creators don't live where you think they live. So up the street from here, we have this $100 million mansion that costs $90 an hour to rent out. A lot of creators rent that space once a week, film their content, and make it look like they live there. Rent a Lamborghini or a Ferrari, $99 an hour. It gets crazier because most people in LA have a following. Because to be a model or an actor, there's a lot of casting calls you can't go to unless you have a following. What used to happen is when you got with an agency, they would dump you a bunch of bots. Now most people realize how that damages an account, but the metrics are still there. And since most people don't know how to do that, they end up buying followers, likes, comments, shares, everything. So they can go to casting calls and keep their agency. There's even more because there's agency-funded houses out here. Anyone who's part of that agency can go film there and make it look like they live there. And they encourage you to do this because it looks better for the internet. But there's even more because we also have designer rental services. It's between $300 and $800 a month, and you get bags, shoes, sunglasses, clothing, anything you need, all designer. Just wear it, get your pictures, and then send it back. As long as you don't ruin it, you don't have to pay for it. You can fully construct a lifestyle out here of wealth. And that's part of the reason we're starting to get a bunch of influencer debt resolution companies now. Like, you don't need to feel bad about yourself. Just wear the 10-cent shirt from the thrift store. Nobody cares, I promise you. Build your content around something else. You don't have to look rich to be a creator.
She said it. You can look rich for a few $100s a month. Rent the bag, rent the glasses, rent the shoes, take a few pictures, upload it, return it. And your friends are like, man, she's doing really good, or he's doing fantastic. And then comes to find out it's all rented. They own nothing, and they're just giving their money to a company like that. And now they're like, you know what? You can't make the payments. We're going to start repoing stuff. And yeah, this is absolutely right. If LA, you can look rich for a few $100s, rent a BMW for the day or a Lamborghini, buy a fake designer outfit, go on the rooftop, take a bunch of pictures, and boom, lifestyle created. All of a sudden, you're looking like you've made it. And then comes to find out it is all rented. That's what America has become, a place where you can buy the illusion of success, even if your check account is empty and you're in credit card debt up to your neck. Clout is cheap. Consequences are expensive. The fake rich culture doesn't stop at outfits, goes to cars, goes to mansions, everywhere. You've seen Cody whistling diesel got charged or allegedly for tax evasions. So you're seeing it. People are like, ooh, fake rich, can't do it, even though they have money, didn't pay their taxes. Fake rich. People don't want to own anything anymore. Everything is financed. Phones, you make the payments. Come on in, switch accounts, and we'll give you that new phone. Couches, payments. Had that on before. Beds, you can make the payments. You can finance it. 0% mattresses. We walk past that mattress store. 0% finance. Vacations, put it on credit cards. Deal with the consequences later. Clothes, you can rent those. Payments. Medical bills, payments. Even the little thing is apps, entertainment, delivery fees, subscription. They all drain the budget quietly. And this is what people aren't talking about. They're not buying products anymore. They're buying monthly stress because you got to look rich. You got to look like you've made it. And this is what I keep telling you. Don't compare your lives to others, especially not on social media. Most of the time, these people are just renting it. They can't afford it. And so you don't have to get caught up in all of that. And when I'm telling you that, and I'm like, never compare your lifestyle to others, keeping up with the Joneses, and just stay in your own lane. Try to do your own thing. And it gets to you because you see your neighbor, ooh, got a new Cadillac. Ooh, got new this. Ooh, they got a new couch. Ooh, they're getting new things delivered. And ooh, Amazon constantly delivering might all be on credit. And so you need to compare your life to the one you had. You need to compare your financial situation to your last month's, not to your neighbors. But then again, controversial, paying your bill on time. And you know that if you've been on social media and you read through my comment sections, people are like, oh, you should just go and buy it and deal with it later. And you've seen my real estate clip from a few videos back where the real estate agent said, when people don't make enough money, they say, oh, I'm just going to go out and make more money, or I will find some way how to increase my income, rather than be like, maybe I can't afford this. Maybe this is not such a good idea. But then looking rich and appealing rich and saying, oh, let's go even higher and make more money is gonna drive me to the next level. And this leads me into the next clip of a real estate guy talking about why this doesn't work in 2025 anymore.
It's an interesting thing. I believe that many people stay poor trying to appear rich.
That's right.
In other words, they think if they fake it until they make it, if they wear those Balenciaga shoes and they have the big, fancy, obnoxious watch that everyone can see, and they pull their sleeve up to show it off in what they think is a surreptitious manner, but it looks pretty ostentatious. And if you do that before you even make it, then your chances of making it, I think, are reduced because you've got the wrong attitude.
So this guy owns multi-million dollars in real estate, and he gives some pretty solid advice. And he's like, don't buy the Balenciaga shoes. Nobody besides broke people really care if you wear Balenciaga shoes or if you're going to wear some normal sneakers. But then that's what social media wants you to portray, that, hey, if you're successful, you got to get those shoes. You got to get that jacket. You got to get this. You got to get that. And all of a sudden, you're living paycheck to paycheck, credit card debt up to your neck. And this is where the entire fake rich lifestyle falls apart, because the old rule, fake it till you make it, doesn't work anymore. It used to work in the 1990s and early 2000s, where everything was cheap and there was room for mistakes. But nowadays, the economy is cutthroat. The economy is expensive. Margins are thin. One wrong move and it's over. And I have so many people in my comment section that said, you're one tragic mistake away from losing everything. And this is absolutely true. People need to know that if you make the wrong mistake, you sign up for the wrong car, and you can't get out of it. You're upside down. It will haunt you for a very long time. So you need to know how much your budget is, where you're going. Is this affordable today? Is this affordable in 6 months? Because just because you can afford it today doesn't mean you can afford it tomorrow. And these two people have been telling us now that you can't fake it anymore. Debt exposes you. Interest rates are expensive. Payments through the roof. An unexpected bill, and all of a sudden the house of cards starts tumbling. And this is what I've been saying for a very, very long time. So many people who look successful online are secretly falling apart. And now the illusion is cracking. Repos are skyrocketing. Credit card delinquencies are falling. Credit card delinquencies are rising. Utility shutoffs are increasing. Restaurants are empty on weekends. Layoffs are everywhere. And if they're going out, they're putting it on credit cards. Nobody paying in cash. And the funny part is, I went out to a speakeasy yesterday with Brad, and everybody in that room had a drink. The drink was $20. So I bought Allie's cousin, myself, and Brad a drink. And it was $60. Then they wanted a tip. So it came to about $70, almost $80 for 3 drinks. And nobody paid in cash. I was sitting there right at the bar. Everybody put their card down. Nobody put their debit card down. It was all credit. And now these places have to ask you for payment before you actually get your drink, because people will take the drink and then they just disappear. So they'll ask you for payment before you even get it. This is a new development I've seen. And this is what I've been saying. Savings are the lowest they've been in almost 2 decades. People are exhausted, stretched out, and out of options. you can only fake it for so long. And this is what I've been telling you. You got to learn better money habits. You got to make sure that you got to make sure that your future you is thanking you about the decisions you're making today, and not like, man, I shouldn't have leased that. Had people on here that leased cars that or financed them, $2,100 BMWs, $100,000. 3 years later, their balance is still 100 grand, and they're like, you know what? I'm gonna give it back to the repo man because I just can't do it anymore. They're rich. The American look rich was built on debt, and now the system is cracking. When interest rates are high, Warren Buffett said it all the time. Now we're going to see, when the tide goes out, we're going to see who's skinny dipping. And the real wealth isn't a rented BMW. It's not the luxury car you pose for the weekend. Real wealth isn't the perfect stage brunch photo posted from the table you can't afford. Real wealth isn't the 96-month car loan that traps you for almost a decade. Real wealth is stability, the ability to breathe without worrying about one emergency will ruin you. Real wealth is saving money in the bank and not a credit line. And this is what I've been telling my followers all along. Get some emergency fund in place. But people have been saying, I have a $40,000 credit limit. I can just use that. Real wealth is peace, that peace of mind when you're not pretending. And the truth is, America doesn't have a wealth class anymore. It's a flex class. And the bigger the flex, the deeper the debt. And when I look at all these cars around me, some of these are going to be on the repo list. And it is tragic to see that even people in casinos are using lines of credit to gamble that they might or might not pay back depending on how their night goes. But everybody can do what they want in a free country, right? So I've always been saying, make sure you learn better money habits. And one of my viewers basically sent me that New York is now reintroducing that you got to learn about money in school with a lot of lobbying dollars. The only caveat is that who's going to be teaching it? Is some illiterate teacher that's also heavily in debt that doesn't understand what's going on going to teach it? Or should they have somebody come and talk to these people that actually knows what they're talking about? Because just reading from a book and learning about it isn't going to do much. You got to live it. You got to make it okay to say, I don't live that expensive lifestyle. I'm doing good. I don't have designer stuff. And this is what I do. I don't have designer stuff really. I shop my clothes online. I get it from Costco. I get it from Amazon. Besides this jacket that Ali got me, it's probably my fanciest jacket I got. Everything else is Costco, is Amazon, and is on a bargain deal because I just can't afford it. I cannot go out and buy these expensive designer clothes because it is just too much of a liability. And yeah, so this was kind of it for this video. It's nice in Las Vegas. And yeah, for these people that are like, how's Las Vegas doing? Here's the update. I couldn't find any information about people using that to gamble. These numbers are not public. They just told me, one of these pit masters told me that people are using their credits, their line of credit to gamble. And what are you going to do about that? I don't know the percentage. I don't know how many people, but it is crazy. It is still packed. And what I always say, if there's a 10% reduction in tourism, but they increase prices by 10%, they're still going to be making more, right? If they increase it across the board, they're still going to be making a killing. So yeah, this was it. And let me know what you guys think. And thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow. And thanks to all the channel members that have supported me making these videos possible. And I appreciate you guys.